Hello, everybody, and welcome to Greater Nevada Field for another installment of Aces All-In. Alongside Zach Larson, I'm Mike Stephenson, and boy, do we have a whole lot to get to as Reno's ball club wraps up the month of May.
Yeah, Mike, as the Aces conclude their second month of the season, we'll hear from some MLB veterans on the roster, including 2 players with World Series experience.
Plus, we're getting up close and personal with the man on the mic. What is a game day like for the Aces MC, Chris Payne? We'll find out.
And we'll connect with one of the team's stellar starters, Blake Walston, from patiently waiting his turn to making his major league debut. Plus why he'll always bring the pigskin to the ballpark. That and a whole lot more is coming up on Aces All-In.
Yeah, Blake Walston, heck of a football player in high school. More on that in a second. But first, when you talk about the best catching duos in all of minor league baseball, it is hard not to bring up the 2 guys throwing on the gear for the Aces. But Jose Herrera and Adrian del Castillo are proven to be much more than just anchors behind the plate. They are offensive weapons as well. And despite having much different stories through baseball, the tandem is now taking on a leadership role together inside Reno's clubhouse. Nevada Sportsnet's Nikki Pica has more on the Aces' 2 catchers.
The Reno Aces are set at catcher, with Adrian del Castillo and Jose Herrera teaming up to be one of the team's best tandems in AAA. The younger del Castillo working his way up to the biggest little city, now a top 30 prospect for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I went to Puerto Rico this offseason, played winter ball. Just more reps, I think, helped me. Getting a little stronger, too, in the offseason as well. Obviously, every year I try to get a little stronger.
The University of Miami product proving to be one of the team's most productive hitters, leading the Aces in hits, runs, and doubles. The 24-year-old's 2024 surge coming 3 years after Arizona drafted him 67th overall. His love for the position starting as a kid.
Not as a kid, I liked catching, so kind of did it to myself. But I mean, I like it. It's fun. You're always in the game. You're in charge of the game. You're calling pitches, and you got to manage your own, your game and your staff and all that stuff. So it's fun.
With del Castillo choosing to don the tools of ignorance as a kid, Herrera's route to the backstop is different. The Venezuela native switching positions at age 15, a year before signing with the Diamondbacks for over $1 million, one of Arizona's highest paid international signings.
I was a shortstop, and I was about to be signed with the New York Mets as a shortstop. But my agent by that time saw something that we could get more money or better signing bonus as a catcher, and he mentioned it to me, and I never caught before, and but I never regret.
Over a decade later, Herrera has 90 games of major league experience, including being a part of Arizona's 2023 run to the World Series.
I'm always thankful what God brings to my life, and that was something that I took it like, okay, let's do it. Yeah, I want to try, and at the beginning, I didn't know anything about catching. I was just throwing down the second base and hit the balls doing tryouts. But when we start get going and get comfortable with the position and my arms start getting red by blocking the balls, and I start enjoyable, and now here I am, 11 years after.
Cut, swing and a miss. Snap throw to first. They got him.
From behind the plate, the catcher sees all, but also has to manage the defense with each pitch.
Being a catcher is kind of like you have the leadership inside of you, but you have to translate it to your teammates. If you want them to play hard for you, you have to play hard for them, and that's my mentality every time that I take the field.
Off the field, the 2 take pride in being the bridge to promoting growth and positivity for their team. Herrera and del Castillo learning from one another as they manage the pitchers and the game.
Super positive guy. Honestly, great on and off the field. Like, he's helped me a lot, mentally, physically, and all that stuff, even training. So he's been a really good person to have next to me.
We work hard together with the pitchers, try to get them in the right mindset and the right activities through the season. It's a long season, and we know we're gonna have a lot of ups and downs, but just stay focused.
For Aces All-In, I'm Nikki Pica.
And part of why Reno is so strong at catcher is because the big league club has some stars too. Gabriel Moreno remains the everyday starter for the Diamondbacks. Tucker Barnhart is his backup. So both Herrera and del Castillo remain the odd men out here in Reno.
Coming up on Aces All-In, it's not often you find Major League veterans with a combined 18 years of MLB experience on the roster. Hear from Albert Almora Jr. and Kolten Wong next. Welcome back to Aces All-In. I'm Zach Larson. With so many Aces players graduating to the Major League level over the past few years, the D-backs now needing to fill the gaps here in AAA. To do so, they signed two MLB veterans in Albert Almora Jr. and Kolten Wong. The once division rivals are now teammates looking to get back to the majors. I sat down with both of them to discuss their time in professional baseball. This offseason, Arizona bringing in two big league veterans to join the Aces.
D-backs called and I just jumped on the opportunity and was grateful that someone, wanted me a part of the organization and just jumped right on board.
I really wasn't planning on taking a minor league deal, and then this opportunity came up and, wanted to continue to play baseball. I feel like I still have, a lot left.
Albert Almora Jr. coming in with 7 years of MLB experience as a former Chicago Cub, New York Met, and Cincinnati Red. Kolten Wong bringing even more tenure, with 11 years played between 4 major league teams, including 8 seasons with the St. Louis Cardinals. At one point, they were fierce division foes. Now, they call each other teammates in Reno.
It's a rivalry that we had, but it's not a rivalry between guys on the field. You're just out there playing and doing what you can. So, we always had respect for one another. We always would talk to one another on the base paths and whatnot. So, always was I guess, friendly with him, and now I'm able to kind of build that friendship a little more.
Wong, a Hawaii native and University of Hawaii alum, following in the footsteps of his dad, who once played for the Reno Silver Sox.
First time we actually wore the Silver Sox, or when I did, I called him and I showed him a picture of it. He was like, "Dang, that's crazy." Just the full circle, moment at that point. My pops being here later on in his career, and me getting a chance to put that uniform on too. It was pretty special.
Wong beginning his career with the Cardinals and quickly experiencing success with the Birds. Playing in the 2013 World Series as a rookie.
One of those things where I wasn't on the playoff roster for the first series, then I get put on the second series. So just a whirlwind of events that kind of happened, and things just unfolded, crazy, because there's a lot of highs and obviously a big low. So, one of those things that, I think also, formed me into the player that I am today.
Check on the runner, they pick him off. Oh, boy. This game is over.
That big low coming in Game 4 of the Fall Classic, with Wong picked off at first base for the game's final out. The Cardinals would go on to lose the series to the Boston Red Sox.
The Red Sox are world champions.
Much like Wong, Almora Jr. finding himself in a World Series during his rookie season, winning a ring with the Cubs.
To be a part of that my first year in the big leagues is very special. What an experience. Something that a lot of guys aren't fortunate enough to experience, and I, being 3 months into the big leagues, was ready and in the fire. Was very, very special.
That fire still motivating the 30-year-old, even at the minor league level. Coming off shoulder surgery in 2023, Almora is continuing to work his way back to the big leagues. The Miami native hoping to one day play with his childhood friend, San Diego Padres superstar Manny Machado.
That'd be so special, just for our families to enjoy that, playing together as kids growing up, and just really wasn't fair to other teams, but it was that would be something that you tell our kids and grandkids about, no doubt.
Now Almora and Wong find themselves mentoring the young aces, while also trying to get playing time with the D-backs.
I'm not somebody that's gonna, go and throw myself at anybody just because of what I've done in my career. I feel like everybody, has their own way of taking it. So I just tend to sit back and if guys have anything to ask, I'm here.
I try to lead by example. I'm not really much of like, oh, you should do this or it's because we're all very talented here. It's just riding the emotions of this game is what separates, I think, big leaguers from guys that are coming up and guys that haven't experienced that.
A couple weeks after our sit-downs, the Diamondbacks releasing Wong. The veteran player is now free to sign with another team. Coming up next, you may recognize his unique voice, but what does a game day look like for the man responsible for the Aces in-game activities? We'll show you next. Welcome back to Aces All-In. I'm Zach Larson. It's hard not to feel the energy at Greater Nevada Field when Chris Payne is on the mic. America's pastime comes with some downtime, but that's when it's showtime for the Aces MC.
And now it's time to introduce you to your Micheladas de Reno starting lineup. Every moment to be on this field, holding this microphone and getting ready to entertain the crowd is always a gift. Orale! Your Micheladas de Reno starting lineup! This place to me is like my Graceland. I don't even like to set foot on the grass if I absolutely don't have to. And I've actually had that since March of 2010. She's got 2 words for the pitcher's mound to start tonight's game. Felicity, what are those 2 words?
Play ball.
All right! Let me have it. Yes! We have a lot of fun. We're gonna build a burrito tonight. We're gonna do a sombrero toss. We got a bunch of things lined up. Did you know that tonight's random popcorn purchase gets a free baseball?
Wow, what do you say?
You're welcome. Catch it? Yes. Uh-oh. Fans, at this time, the Reno Aces ask those who serve in our military, have served in our military, and first responders, if you were able, would you please stand so we can recognize your contribution to our country? We're going to see who's going to build a burrito faster than the other in 3, 2, 1, go! Out of the gate, out of the gate. They've got to build it. Who? Oh, man, he's kind of all over the place in a burrito bowl. I learned from the lead singer of the Cult. He said, we give you the same show if there's 150 people or 150,000 people. And I thought, that's genius. I need to apply that to my life. You don't want this one, do you?
No, sir.
Okay, thank God, because I just shook it up. People like, where do you find the energy? I'm like, just look around. Look at all the people that are here to have a great time. We are their escape. I want to make this the absolute best time possible for everybody, whether it's your first time or your 1,000th time. We have the Mount Rose Ski Tahoe best lift seats in the house that we want you in. Time for sombrero toss. Oh! Hey, we're gonna play MVP catch. Here we go. Aiden! Yes! Time for the running of the bulls. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin and Hendricks out in center field. And they're gonna have to catch the bull. Oh man, they got him tonight. Cheers.
Found it.
Yeah. How many spicy foods she can name in 3, 2, 1? You guys aren't going to believe it. Winner Michaela! It's time now for Bubble Ball Battle, brought to you by Reno Running Company. Full speed ahead. Go, Madison, Jocelyn, boom! Okay. Northern Nevada, if you have yet to attend a Reno Aces game, we're waiting to see you. We have time in June, July, August, and September. I want to meet you. I want to see you out here. Let's go Aces. Wow!
Awesome stuff from Chris, a staple entertainer in our region. You can see Chris at every homestand here at Greater Nevada Field. In fact, there are 3 in June here for Reno's Ball Club. June 1st and 2nd, the Aces take on the Salt Lake Bees. June 11th through the 16th, they face Sacramento. And June 25th through the 30th, Oklahoma City comes to town. We hope to see you out there. Coming up on Aces All-In, he's a fixture in the Aces starting rotation, and he throws a slick spiral. We're linking up with lefty Blake Walston next.
Chewing, that noise, can't do it.
Not being on time. Oh my gosh. You stop the microwave early and don't clear it off so you can see the time. When people say what when they can't hear you before you're done finishing your sentence.
Biggest pet peeve. I don't have the biggest pet peeve.
Chewing with your mouth open.
Slow talkers and slow walkers.
That was a hard one. I don't know.
Saying like too much when you're speaking, and it's just overused, so try not to say that too much.
Chewing loud. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't argue with some of those pet peeves. Good stuff from the Aces out at Media Day. Welcome back to Aces All-In, friends. Mike Stephenson here, hanging out in the bullpen. Blake Walston has spent a year and a half as part of the Reno Aces, putting up big numbers at the AAA level while patiently waiting his turn in the big leagues. Before being drafted by the Diamondbacks, the Wilmington, North Carolina kid was also a star football player, and to this day, the pigskin is still a big part of his routine. I recently had a chance to catch up with the young southpaw.
Blake Walston's left arm is elite.
And a swing and a miss and a nasty breaking ball down and in.
As a teenager, the Wilmington, North Carolina product, realizing it could get him to the big leagues.
I always dreamed of it, but the dream kind of came when I was in high school and really started seeing some of those scouts come to my games, and that was pretty crazy experience being that young.
While at New Hanover High School, Walston proving to be proficient not just with the leather pill, but the pigskin too.
We had a really solid football team back in high school. Went to state championship. We ended up winning. Definitely a huge part of my life. My brother played football at Carolina. My dad had a chance to go play. It's a big part of my life.
And being a quarterback isn't so different from being a pitcher.
There's that mentality that you have when you're like the quarterback. You're all eyes are on you. You're controlling the offense. You're, trying to make the plays for the teams, make the big ones, and for pitching as well. Like the game is really in your hands.
Swing and a miss, strike three at a big bender.
It can go north or south depending on how you start out the game.
Walston saying he'll always keep a football in his locker, using it as part of his routine warm-ups.
It kind of helps with the arm, just getting it loose. You're throwing something a little bit heavier, but it's a more natural throw. So to me, yeah, I'm always going to incorporate it with, baseball.
After spending all of 2023 with Reno, the southpaw returning to the Aces to begin 2024. Patiently waiting for his first major league call-up.
I feel, mentally ready. Just, like I said, got to wait my turn. It would mean a lot too. There's a lot of good buddies of mine up there playing, and I got a good connection, good chemistry with those guys. So I feel like I'll fit right in when my time comes.
The Diamondbacks decision makers telling Walston to work on limiting his walks, with 2023 seeing him issue over 1.5 base on balls per inning pitched. The lefty learning the path to the majors is rarely linear.
I get a little frustrated out there on the mound, but that's all part of the game too. We pour a lot of effort into trying to get to reach our dreams, and there's a lot of emotions and a lot of energy behind trying to get to the show.
But just a week after our chat with Walston, that energy paying off, with Arizona bringing the 22-year-old to the bigs.
We were in Vegas, and I was at the table, and all my buddies just started swarming me, and the coach came down there and threw my last hand out there, lost, and he was like, well, you don't have to worry about it, you're going to the big leagues. And I was just like, you're lying. I didn't really think it was real, but man, I'm here now.
Blake Walston making his major league debut.
Walston going from a Las Vegas blackjack table to Chase Field in Phoenix, making his MLB debut against the Dodgers in front of the Diamondbacks home fans.
Swing and a miss on the 0-2, and there's the first major league strikeout for Walston.
Dropped the curveball right on the plate, got the swing and a miss. It's the first strikeout of many.
79 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts over 3 2/3 innings of work.
The young man did a decent job, though. He came in and ate some innings up.
Take me through that moment, that first inning, going out there to the mound for the first time.
Well, I was pretty blacked out, to be honest with you. I don't even remember what happened. Yeah, you just kind of run on the mound and everything's pretty much a blur. And yeah, I just went out there and had full faith and kind of just competed. That was about the only thing I could do, and it turned out pretty well. So definitely something to build on. But yeah, it was awesome.
After achieving his major league dream, the up and down nature of the game setting in, with Walston sent back to the Aces.
Swing and a miss.
But life in Reno isn't so bad.
I want to go to the rodeo. Haven't been there yet, so I definitely want to do that. The fly fishing out here is incredible, so I definitely enjoy that. And it's just, you go over there near Tahoe, it's beautiful. So, you're around a bunch of good things. So it's very, very enjoyable coming home after a long road trip.
We'll have to see if he's here for the rodeo in June, because at the time of taping, Walston is back with Arizona, the lefty getting his first career start May 26th against the Miami Marlins. He went 4 2/3 innings and struck out 4. Coming up next, our monthly awards for Reno's best pitcher and player of the month, plus all your news and notes from May when we come back.
Welcome back to Aces All-In as we hand out our monthly accolades recognizing the best performances in May. Our player of the month is Andres Chaparro, the third baseman, belting 4 home runs through May 30th, driving in 22 runs in all while hitting .333 with an OPS of .959. Our pitcher of the month is Tommy Henry. Since being sent down by Arizona on April 30th, the lefty has been a true ace on the mound. In 5 starts this month, Henry boasting a 3.71 ERA with 30 strikeouts while holding opposing batters to just a .208 batting average. How about a 5-hit game for our performance of the month? On May 25th, designated hitter Ronaldo Hernandez going 5 for 6 with 5 singles. Those base knocks bringing in 4 runs in total, helping lift Reno to a 13-7 win against Oklahoma City. In other news and notes, a familiar face making a return to his old team, Alec Thomas, recovering from injury, joining the Aces in Vegas for a rehab assignment. And something fun coming up on June 13th. It's going to be a doubleheader at Greater Nevada Field as the Nevada football team battles local law enforcement in slow pitch softball. They're going to get going at 3:30, and that'll be followed by the Aces taking on the Sacramento River Cats at 6:35. And Reno announcing record attendance numbers through 18 games at GNF. Just over 77,000 fans flooding through the gates, 10,000 more than last year's pace. On April 28th, the Aces setting the highest single-day attendance in the month of April since 2015, when 7,000 fans were on hand to catch the Aces.
That will do it for this month's edition of Aces All-In. Don't forget, Reno has 3 homestands in June, so make sure you get out to Greater Nevada Field.
And make sure to tune into NSN tonight each and every Monday for our Aces Weekly segment as we continue covering another season of Ace Ball. A huge shout out to our entire Nevada Sportsnet team behind the scenes. For Zach Larson, I'm Mike Stephenson. We'll see you next time on Aces All-In.